All right, everyone, welcome into Go Throw's production of the 47th New Zealand National Disc Golf Championships. This is the final round. We're at Christchurch, New Zealand at the Brooker Avenue Disc Golf Course. We saw this course during the opening round. It's Nate Perkins and Juliana Korver here to walk you guys through the action. JK, talk about the conditions early on going into the final round.
Well, everybody's been talking about how hot it's going to be today. And though it might not seem that warm to our American viewers, it's barely mid-80s. It does feel much warmer here today. And the sun, it's so intense.
It's intense.
That it is a factor. And it's also supposed to be windy again, at least by mid-afternoon.
You make a good point. It kind of reminds me of California's like Central Coast. When it gets slightly cold or slightly hot, you'll hear people talking about it. They like that. They like a temperate climate over here in NZ. So they were really talking about the heat. Sofia Donnecke, she made a little push yesterday.
She had a great gameplay yesterday, yeah. And throughout this entire tour, she has saved her best for the last.
Yeah, she really found her putting stroke, made the big correction between rounds 2 and 3, and Emily Weatherman has had some amazing disc golf and then has had some really tough holes that has kind of kept her out of this NZ title.
Here we are looking at hole number 1, par 5, 748 feet. It's a big left turn and then another left turn, surrounded by OB on both sides. Basket right here.
Yeah, tough hole, and it's just, this course doesn't really ever let up. There's an OB everywhere. If you really start to get off your line, it's tough.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the final round of the New Zealand Disc Golf National Championships. It's the 47th edition of such, and we're here at Christchurch. It's a beautiful Brooker Ave to send off our FPO lead card. What a battle we have on our hands. 4 titans of the game. 2 rising stars, 2 very well established players building on their legacy here in New Zealand. It's all to play for here at Brooker Ave. We've got a beautiful day under the Kiwi summer sun to enjoy this final round action. Before we go, I thought I'd just share a couple of tips with our spectators as we navigate the course here for our final round. Do keep at least 10 metres of distance from our players at all times on the course and around the greens. It's especially important to maintain a sense of stillness and calmness, so our players can maintain the utmost of focus here during the final round. Above all, though, give them the cheers and the jeers as they navigate this beautiful course that is Brooker Ave. The 47th New Zealand National Championships is brought to you by our friends at RPM Discs and proudly hosted by the good folk at Bros for Change, the Bottle Lake Disc Golf Club, and their partners in the Tour Down Under. You are watching FPO final round coverage on Go Throw. Welcoming now our players to the tee. First to the tee, our overnight leader. She is the world number 9 and joins us in New Zealand on the Tour Down Under for the first time. Please put your hands together for Ella Hansen.
So after yesterday's finish, Ella Hansen coming into this final round with a 1-stroke lead. Going MD4 off the tee. Gotta love the play.
Very safe location right there. Getting past the corner, so she'll have a straight shot. She can even attempt to hyzer around the next corner.
National champion and the champion across the road at the 2024 Bottle Lake Open. Please put your hands together from Orange City, Iowa. It's Juliana Korver.
Takamira Ponamu. Is that the turn?
Sure is.
Right up the middle.
Lead card. She joins us from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. She's the reigning Canadian national champion and a one-time winner on the Tour Down Under at the Egg Monster Disc Golf Classic. Please give it up for Sofia Donnecke.
Sofia drops the lightweight destroyer, going something a little heavier, a little more overstable.
More aggressive line for Sofia.
Yep, around the corner. Good spot.
She is the Disc Golf Pro Tour's 2024 Rookie of the Year and a winner earlier this season on the Tour Down Under at the 2025 Tote Classic. Please give it up for Emily Weatherman.
I imagine Emily's excited to get another crack at this hole and improve.
Yes, this was a heartbreaker for her with 3 OBs last round.
She's asking herself, well, why couldn't you just do that on Thursday?
Right in the middle.
Yeah, look, just blue skies. And you guys, teed off at 10:15? It was already warm, and like you said, the UV index is just ripping.
You know, because there's not a lot of landmarks out here, it can be hard to judge the distance.
I totally agree. It's links courses like this where practice really can pay off. Trouble with that, though, is this is a totally different wind. We played in this on Thursday, the southwesterly, but normally the wind is out of the north.
Right, and it was during the practice.
Yes. I'll just kind of power on this. I believe that's the FT3. Perfect position. So if you're going to pick up the same destroyer here, maybe trying to cut right over that OB corner. Really no chance of going OB on that shot. Okay, got the AVR in your hands. What's the
About 210.
game plan? Yep. 20-foot tailwind putt to start things off.
About right.
Emily just a couple paces behind you. And Ella, again, just gets to the liberty of going jump putt here. It's where the power really plays off.
Same with Sofia. Both have that benefit.
You're going to get a little read right here from Emily. A little bit of a tailwind drop. Flag not really moving. Oh, high and in.
I thought for a second that was going to spit it back out right at me, but thankfully it found the bottom of the basket.
No, it's a big moment, I feel, to make that first one and just like start to brew some confidence. And Ella finds the left side in for birdie. Yeah, 3 birdies is pretty solid to start things off.
Hole 2, par 4, 469 feet. A couple ways to play this. You can play safe and try to lay up in this triangle area right here and then go through the gap towards the basket. Or you can go big and try to do a big high turnover over those trees and get on the basket side.
Like this play, just have to make sure to get it up in the air. Oh, and she left it a little low and wide, out of bounds. Kind of a stroke and distance misfire right there as well.
I'm just playing the safe over the top, hoping to line up with that gap. I think Ella's out of bounds right there.
You don't think she is?
No,
Okay.
out of bounds is the road past that.
Oh, Sofia ripping over on this. Is that getting over everything?
Yes, she's putting. Yes.
What a line.
We had no idea where it was, but it was mammoth. A little caught up in the trees as well. Similar location to where Ella's is.
The infamous it.
That's right.
Here it is. Is it going to turn for you today? Oh, it doesn't have to. Put it on a rope.
I wanted to turn a little bit more than that, but not bad.
Similar distance. I have 20-foot tester putt for birdie. Okay, yeah, I was just spun around here. This is Ella.
It's easy to do. Everything looks very similar out here.
And that's a pretty thick bush right there. That could be tough.
And she's on the back side of it.
Turn early out of the hand. That's also trouble. Sofia walking up to look for her drive. We still haven't got to it. Oh, Ella going to a forehand roller. This is trouble, and that's running the wrong direction. A pretty big misfire there. Still out. Okay, that'll be a bogey for Ella. This for eagle. From 55.
It's a good bid.
All right, you'll be walking up to an opportunity. First, Emily's going to pitch this out. You're walking up to a 20-footer to pick up 2 strokes here and retake the lead. Good for it. What's going through your mind? You're 2 for 2.
Well, obviously, I'm happy that both those putts went in, but neither of them really felt that solid.
Okay. Funny when that happens, right? What do you take from it? Are you thinking about anything mechanically that you need to do different?
No,
or
it's not
mentally?
mechanic.
It's just the final moments.
Trying to get the heart rate to slow down.
Show that. Bogey for Ella.
Hole 3, par 5, 735 feet. OB both right and left, and then we have hazard between the post right here and pretty much this line of trees. Basket gets smaller as you get closer to the basket.
And just needs to check up, and it does so. Yeah, again, going with the more overstable destroyer. The way she just kicks it out there on hyzer, that's upper 50 miles per hour. Right up there with the best throwers on the DGPT. I feel like Ella is actually, top 5 power player on the tour, and Sofia can match her and even outdrive her.
Yes to both of those. Ella is known for her power, and
Yeah.
I would say Sofia clips that a little bit.
I'd love to see it personally. I'd love to see more and more athletes filtering in to see what they can do with the disc. We're going leopard here. Just trying to get it close, but I remember you saying you don't want it up against the line. You want a certain range into this green. Is that right?
I would like to be about 20 feet closer than I am so that I could throw my putter. I'm too far back now, and I'm going to have to throw a mid-range, which is not as easy to control.
You're going to try and drop this Toro close. Ella going to do the same with the tactic. And, Sofia and Ella were both at a range where they could consider running the green in two if they really wanted to.
I was wondering when we stepped up to that if Sofia was really going to try to power one down there so that she could be close enough to do so.
So there was a left to right wind coming, and she's going to put that MD5 up in the wind and find the circle. Nice shot. Sofia going to go against the wind direction here. And plays it beautifully. Now we're going to see the third option. I think you're going more straight at it. Is that right?
I would love to go absolutely straight at it. I have to turn it a tiny bit.
One with the Mako, little nose up. This looks great. Yep. Beautiful shape. You're going to try and match your shape. Going J. Little overturn, but scoots just past that tree. We got 4 players inside the circle for birdie here.
Beautiful putt. Dead center.
Another putt. It must not have felt great.
No, it didn't.
But that's a turkey start. And you're going to hold on to this lead. Sofia gets back to burying it on the pole. I guess you would rather have a putt that didn't feel great go in than a good putt that fell out, right?
I mean, you could argue both ways.
Yeah,
but
you could.
Clearly, you want to save the stroke.
Yeah.
Okay, hole number 4, par 4, 656 feet, surrounded by OB on all sides. We are taking the second basket, turning this corner 90 degrees to the right. Basket is very close to the OB road behind it. This one plays trickier than it looks. I don't know, for some reason this one seems harder to keep it in bounds.
I think it looks really tricky. It's 60 feet across. Chill, just not to be. You throw it a little faster, it straightens out for you.
I just didn't commit to that one.
And look at this. This is Eagle L. I would love to see how she keeps this in bounds, honestly. You have to throw this so committed.
Skims the right side.
And she's done it. That is a high-level disc golf shot. going FT3.
This worked well for her first round.
I'm going to play it just over that bush on some hyzer.
Yeah, that really has no chance of going out.
I feel like it's a par play, but I love it. With how difficult this is, I think this hole has potential for big numbers.
Keeping it low, nice and safe.
Okay, now this is tricky. Ella's getting hyper aggressive. That has to be inside, and it is. That's a big mistake. Taking the stroke and throwing from way back.
Yeah, that's exactly what she did first round as well.
This is also a really tricky spot to be. You definitely can't attack the pin. You're just playing up to the corner. Can you see the pin from where you're at now?
No.
Still can't.
No. I needed another 20 feet.
Emily gets that 20 feet. She should be
You
able
can
to
see the
bucket.
pin, yes.
Oh, this is blind. This is probably inside 300 feet. Going destroyer here. And right at circle's edge, but it's going to be pretty obstructed. MD5. Now slow down. No way. She finds the road. Double OB.
I have to turn this so much. I really need it to flatten out or it's probably going to cut roll.
Go.
I didn't get that high enough in order for it to flatten.
Emily Weatherman. I mean, from the start. Look at the magic. The helicopter move. Bink. No chance of going anywhere but the bottom of the bucket.
Perfect shot. She runs it down.
That one didn't have the pop. That'll be a double bogey.
That was for birdie. Nearly gets it.
Ella has to hit this to not lose a stroke. And she's good for it. Double bogey for yourself and Ella. Sofia's going to pick up 2. And Emily bringing a little magic to the card with the throw-in. That's always good, just for the morale of everybody.
Now, Dan, let's meet our women's finalists.
Boom!
How hard did she throw that?
I mean,
The women's division is getting a lot tougher.
Another one.
World champion.
she's not holding back. Nope.
Good round, ladies.
OTB is very specific on how they list the disc because they want you to like the disc.
Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
Not just marketing.
It's only the best.
Brought back by popular demand, Z-Lite plastic from Discraft. Disc that you already know and love, now available in lighter weights. This plastic is perfect for players with lower arm speeds as well as beginners. They can also be a great complement to the regular weight version of a disc that's already in your bag. Z-Lite, more distance with less effort.
Welcome back. This is hole number 5. It is a par 4, 443 feet. There is a double mando. Have to get between those two red poles. Ideally, you'll land somewhere out here, take about a 80-degree left turn, and the basket is surrounded by hazard. The road is out of bounds. The grass is hazard unless you're inside of the logs.
That's perfect. I like the low play. On hyzer. One thing you don't want to do is push it into that bush.
No. But you do want to get past mando.
Oh, no.
It's completely blind.
What can you do? You have to lay up.
Lay up.
Oh, hurts. Tactic. Also skipping around the corner.
Great shot.
This is touchy right here. So the road is OB. Anything deep is hazard, but it doesn't matter for Ella. That's bullseye. Is that Sarah running around?
It is, yes.
So sweet.
Little Miss Disc Golf followed us the entire round.
Now, I just saw her on TV the other day. She's a superstar in New Zealand, setting world record distance for her age.
She's an accomplished athlete in many other sports as well.
Is she?
Track, yes.
Wow. Sophia leaked a little long, and Emily just going to get right up above the curve. Giving it a go. Birdie from Sophia. You leaked a little long. Here's the par comebacker. Ooh, good pace on that.
Yeah, that's the first putt of the day that actually felt good.
Oh, the whole way through. All right, ball game.
Hole 6, par 4, 446 feet. There is OB on the left-hand side and behind the basket in the road. It's a slight left turn. If you can't throw past that big bushy tree, then just lay up and give yourself a good look for the 3.
Destroyer needs to sit down. Yeah, no problem with the thick grass. Honestly, Sophia could get there.
Yeah, she absolutely has the power to do so.
She hits the Destroyer pretty hard, maybe a little too much hyzer. That just kicked back out. What a reaction. Whoa. Ella could get there too, but she's got the MD4 in her hands.
She's not going to try. I've actually been impressed by the conservative play that Ella has been doing, because there's a lot of places out there where she might be just hungry to give it a try, and she hasn't been. She's been disking down, making sure it stays safe.
This is year 4 for Ella. She's becoming a smart golfer, I have to agree.
Absolutely, she is.
And that one kind of fell out early.
Just like hole 1. Yeah, I mean, I didn't commit, so didn't get the line that I wanted.
You're going to find the OB. Big opportunity for Ella. She's up on the dance floor for birdie. Emily, bullseye for birdie. Now, are you going to have an angle after you take this meter? Okay,
Yeah,
you can back it up a little bit.
And I didn't even need to.
I didn't even need to. Okay, but feels like a lot of pressure on this approach right here. Iser putter. Okay, we can take a deep breath. You're just likely losing one right here. Don't do that. The Toro just skips, finds the OB road. Good comeback putt for the par. It's fun.
Ella's putt looks so clean today.
That was casual. Just like that, Ella Hansen going to take the lead.
Hole 7, par 3. Basket is on a tiny corner, protected by the trees. The road is out of bounds. The right-hand side is hazard. This is a very unique hole.
Where was the wind at this point?
It was a headwind. Pretty straight headwind.
It was just ripping for us. The hole felt impossible. Emily, first up. Isering into the bushes, but I believe safe.
Yeah, she's safe, and I think she's right on the edge there, so she does go into the bushes.
FT3 forehand, that's drying up early as well. Those are tricky shots from in there. It's a hard up and down.
Especially with that wind.
Yeah. You can't just like throw high. You'll expose it. Good width from Sofia. No. Off the flax and slow rolls back OB? Ugh. Man, that hurts. You're up next. What is this frisbee? I haven't seen it all week.
This is a charger.
Oh, we're airing the pin. No, we find the OB deep. Okay, so these are just so tricky right here. Ella's going with a little tomahawk.
It's perfect.
That's a high level shot.
To be able to judge that distance and not have it slide out.
Little ultimate frisbee background paying off for Ella. I think they call it a hammer. You would know.
Well, it's different in...
Well, what do you call it?
Which is upside down.
You just call it upside down.
Upside
so funny. Sofia, unfortunate result right there. I mean, she throws it in bounds and it like trolls.
Yeah, you would think hitting that bush that it would have stayed there.
Really nice putt. Pitchy, off the fingertips, nose down. and down for the par save. Speed going to stay at 1. The old upside down, huh, JK? Actually, before you walk through this, we need the people watching to leave us a comment. What do you guys like to call that shot? We sometimes call it a tomahawk. Brody Smith calls it the scuba. And some people call it a hammer.
In DDC, a scuba is the backhand grip thrown over the right shoulder.
But we need the people at home. Leave us a comment. Emily skirting just inside the mandatory. Is it tricky from there? It kind of looks like a wall of trees.
It depends. There's a place in there that has a little bit of an opening. Otherwise, it's very blocked.
Good play. Feel like the par, really the play here. And that's good way to do it. Just keep it low. No, don't turn.
I got help there. Yeah, that
Bush low.
was sure going to be missing the mandatory.
Yeah, it was. Sofia definitely doesn't have par in mind here. She's going Eagle L and just kind of tugs on it a little bit.
That does miss the mando.
So she goes straight to that drop zone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Putter right around the corner.
That's a good up and down. It's an easy 5 from that drop zone. Hope Emily finds herself in a tricky spot, doesn't find that little tiny gap. And they're going to clean that par up pretty easy. And again, was it just quiet out there on the card? Final day?
Yeah, it was kind of tense.
Everyone just hanging out with their caddy. Did you have Jim?
Until the last.
So again, you're the only player losing their caddy. Ella has her partner on the bag. It matters.
It does. Yeah, Jim is a calming influence on it. I like to be able to discuss shots when I have a little bit of uncertainty. Hole 9, this is another double mando, 312 feet. First, get it through those colorful blocks, then try to miss this middle tree, and this one's another one that's really hard to access because of the groupings of trees that protect it, though the distance is gettable by all of us.
Playing really tough too with the head left to right. Just past Annie, look at this, getting back on edge. Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually the first one I've seen through both gaps.
Fantastic shot.
No. Low and then buried before the mando. go backdoor with the Eagle L. Good kick. I'm very curious. Is there an up and down at all from this spot? Are you going high?
No, I'm going skip around the corner.
You're going to go charger skip backside. Committed line. Where are we at? Are you kidding? You just mulched it?
Probably the best shot I had of the day.
What is that? The par. A big moment too with Ella up on the dance floor for birdie. Crazy right there. Wind can't decide what direction it wants to blow. Ella's good for it. She is casual today.
Just see the concentration, then the execution is smooth.
Yeah, that disc just stays on that plane. She holds it out there for a second and brings it down on the same plane that it leaves her hand. With that birdie and your magical up and down, Ella just gets one stroke. She's got two now on you. Yeah, entertaining, honestly. This is great. Through 9 holes. Ella Hansen now has a 2-stroke lead. Sofia making a push there with the 4 birdies, but then goes back-to-back bogeys and hurts her chances just a bit. Got 9 more holes to see who's going to take down the 47th New Zealand National Disc Golf Championship. You're trying to defend your title. You now have to chase down Ella Hansen on this back 9. Tall task, but opportunity's there.
The opportunity's absolutely there, but you can tell by my play, I'm feeling a little bit shaky out there.
And Ella's putt's looking pretty confident right now. Thanks for joining us here on Go Throw. We've got 9 more holes coming at you guys soon. See you then.